Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nazmi Rahim, and my bachelor degree project 1, the title name is Hexadecimal Code Base and Fingerprint Circuit Breaker, and my supervisor name is Dr. Azwin Aida binti Bahari. And this is abstract for my project. Security is of the utmost importance. Everyone should be protecting as much as they can. Ensure engineers safety when doing repair on high voltage facilities. It has been discovered deadly electrical mishap involving linemen are on this rise as a result of a lack of communication and coordination between maintenance workers and electrical substation personnel. The project is focusing on security system, and the implementation is more to industrial side such as manufacturing plant and or site that have a mega machine that must turn on or shut down carefully. Finally, the project goal is to prevent deadly accident for linemen. And for the introduction, electrical accidents are described as an unintended impact generated by electric current that result in body harm or death or property damage. Many fatal injuries happen in industrial site and mostly from miscommunication between linesmen and general workers. For the problem statement, so I decide to make this project because of so many fatal injuries caused from electrical maintenance and equipment failures. So my project is more focused to security system to make sure no more fatal injuries, or we can make less the fatal injuries caused by electrical causing. And lack of verbal exchange and coordination between the upkeep group of workers and the electric powered substation staff. And then circuit breakers dependability is still critical. Circuit breaker deteriorate over time with the number of operations. The raised concerns about the dependability of circuit breaker operation. And for my project, I have 3 objectives, which is to design a reliable safety system using by engineers. Second one is to develop a safety line while doing their maintenance repair in industrial site. And the third one is to integrate the system from misuse by other people such as non-maintenance staff. And for scope of my project is this project is designing to make an advantage to engineers and electrical linesmen because of its reliability, safety. With a proper design, we can make sure that engineers are safe with handling equipment. The system will develop a safety line while doing maintenance repair. It is easier to interrupt the incoming current to provide a big confidence while repairing in the industrial site. This system has a good security system, so it will not be misused by other people and being touched by unauthorized person. Only authorized person will turn on or turn off the system. It will be cause something bad happen if the line is turning on or off before have a confirmation from the competent person. So this is very important. So my literature review. For the first project, password-based circuit breaker using PSM modem and passcode-based circuit interrupter. These two different projects. So I find the concept by the first project is using more in industrial site and more to IoT system because of the GSM module. GSM module is the module that it will have uh, it, it will have input and go send to the competent person that have registered to the company. If the circuit is in operation, so it will tell in the to the people, the authorized person, that the circuit is in operation. So the concept of passcode based circuit interrupter is made for engineers to cut the current with a security. So the method of GSM modem is key in the passcode, and then if the circuit operate, it will send message to the smartphone of the authorized person, such as engineer or linesman. So the second method of the passcode based circuit interrupter, just put the passcode. If it match, if the passcode is matched, the relay will let the current flow, so the machine will turn on. So for the software using by first project is Arduino and GSM modem. So the second project is using Arduino and keypad. And for the third project, which is the implementation of a password and fingerprint based circuit breaker, the concept is focusing on high security for unauthorized people only can cut the current, only can interrupt the current. The concept of the fourth project is a password based circuit breaker using Dtmf. So the fourth project is unique design and has a unique design and feature and more into IoT system. So the method for the third project is put the right passcode and scanning fingerprint. The current will flow. And for the fourth project, when a user attempt to call a number on the phone, the call automatically enters auto answer mode, and the frequency of the signal correspond to the key press on the phone keypad sent by the user is decoded by the Dtmf. And for the software, using by the fingerprint password and fingerprint based circuit breaker is keypad, fingerprint, and Arduino. For the fourth project, using Dtmf and microcontroller. And for the methodology of my project, this is my block diagram. So we can see it here. I use 4x4 keypad and fingerprint module. And when the passcode and fingerprint is correct, it will send the signal to the Arduino. So Arduino will process, and it will go to the LCD, show which is that is a correct passcode and correct fingerprint. So if not, it will show wrong. So if correct, the relay will open and let the current flow, and it will turn on the lamp. And for the optional push button, if something unexpected happen, so we can push the push button to interrupt the current. So this is my flowchart. We can see it here. Firstly, we must enter the password and compare. So the system will compare password with a safe one. If not, the LCD will display wrong password. If yes, the LCD will display yes and must place fingerprint on the fingerprint scanner, and then the system will process the fingerprint. If it not match, the LCD will display wrong, and if it match, the lamp will on, and then it will end. But for the push button, if we push the push button, something unexpected happen, we push the push button and the lamp will off. If not, the lamp will still on. So next we go to the system of the component that I use. So the background of the electrical power technology across the globe is one of the steady and in recent years, fast improvement which has enabled the design and construction of cost-effective and dependable power system capable of meeting the world's growing need for electrical energy. Protection and control play an important role in this power system, and advancement in design and development in this field have had to keep pace with advance in the design of primary plant, such as generator, transformers, switchgear, overhead lines, and underground cable. Indeed, advancement in the field of protection and control is a vital prerequisite for the efficient operation and continued development of power supply system. So firstly, I use the Arduino Uno. So Arduino Uno is basically a programmable open source microcontroller board that may be integrated into a wide range of electrical application like shown in figure 3. As an output, this board can operate relays, LEDs, servos, and motors, and may be interfaced with other Arduino boards, Arduino Shield, and Raspberry Pi. And next, I use fingerprint module. So this fingerprint module, we can put our thumbprint, and this module have flash memory for storing fingerprints, and may be used with any microcontroller or system that supports TTL serial. These modules may be incorporated to safety systems, smart lock, attendant management system, and a variety of other applications. And next, I use the LCD 16x2. So the LCD stands for liquid crystal displays, implemented and embedded system application to show different system characteristic and status. So in my project, this LCD display will show if the passcode is right or wrong, if the fingerprint is right or wrong. So the LCD 16x2 has 60 pin, is a 16-pin device with 2 rows of 16 characters each, shows in figure 5. So LCD may be utilized in either 4-bit or 8-bit mode. It's also possible to make your own characters. It just 8 data lines and 3 control lines that may be utilized for control. And then this is a 4x4 keypad that I'm gonna use. So this keypad is a membrane switch of the keypad is located beneath each key. Figure 6 shows the application 4x4 keypad in Arduino. A copper line beneath the pad connects each switch in a row to the other switches in the row. Each switch in a column is linked in the same way. A conductive trace connects one side of the switch to all of the other switches in that column. On a 4x4 keypad, each row and column are carried out to a single pin for a total 8 pins. Next, I use a relay module. So this relay module will cut or will interrupt current or let the current flow. So a relay is an electrical actuated switch that can be switched on or off, allowing or not allowing current to flow, and may be operated using low voltage such as 5 volt given by the Arduino pins. These are 2 channels on this relay module. Those 2 blue cubes shows in figure 7. Other variant have 1, 4, or 8 channels. This module must be supplied by 5 volt, making it suitable for usage with an Arduino. Other relay modules use 3.3 volt power, which is appropriate for ESP32, ESP8266, and other microcontrollers. So next, I use push button. This is the emergency push button that I'm going to use to interrupt the current. So the push button is open, not push. There is no connection between the two legs. Therefore, the pin is linked to ground through the pull down resistor, and it will read a low. When the button is pressed, the connection is formed between its two legs, connecting the pin to 5 volts, resulting in a high reading. So lastly, I use bulb. So this bulb is the indicator if my circuit is the current have flow or not. So it will be connected to Arduino and relay to make sure it can turn on or off, and it will turn off when the emergency push button is pressed. And for the preliminary result, this project can provide a good security system that can help the linesmen, engineers, and authority person to shut down the main current from LVSB. High security system can reduce the chance of fatal injuries happen in the industrial site. iPad and fingerprint scanner is the most reliable and top-notch security that can be inserted in this project. After the authentication succeeds, it will display the LCD to inform the authentication is success, and vice versa. And Arduino Uno process the programming data, then it turns on or off the relay and make the lamp is indicator to show it has the current or not. Emergency push button is needed to interrupt the current if anything happens, such as unexpected incident. And for the conclusion, in this paper shows conceptual implementation of password primarily based and fingerprint scanner circuit breaker with control with a view to reduce the dimensions of the circuit breaker to facilitate the idea of as needed renovation technique. Moreover, this will get rid of the priority concerning security vulnerability of third birthday celebration gadget because the platform is open supply. Being a prototype conceptual implementation, future paintings can be achieved on implementation of open supply inferential engine, so one can acquire recommendation on upkeep, integration with automatic upkeep, management software program, development of open source hosting server. So this is my reference that I put in my thesis. So total have 8. So mostly I take from the journal that I found in Google Scholar. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.